Hi, everybody, and welcome to Facebook Live. I'm Martha Stewart, and today we have two very important guests. And what we are doing today is talking about American made, things that happen here in the United States that engender a great deal of interest, both from the consumer and from the business world. And we are celebrating our 5th season of our initiative called American Made. And we're having our big event here in New York City on October 22nd. How can I forget October 22nd? It's been on my calendar since last year. But we're very, very excited about American Made. And if you don't know about it, please go to marthastewart.com/American Made. Learn all about our honorees. We have 10 extraordinary honorees. And we have a program that if you haven't signed up for already, you should go and sign up for it now, because you come to New York and you learn a tremendous amount about entrepreneurial initiative all in one day. It's right here at our corporate headquarters on 26th Street and the Hudson River. So I'd like to introduce my first guest, and he was one of our honorees last year at American Made. And I want to find out, this is a wonderful young man called Viraj Puri, and I'm so happy that you're here, from a company called Gotham Greens. And in your words, what is Gotham Greens?
Well, besides being a proud honoree from last year's awards, Gotham Greens is an innovative urban agriculture company, and what we do is grow fresh local produce in climate-controlled greenhouses year-round for urban residents.
But built on the roofs of buildings. Are these factory buildings?
That's right. These are factory buildings, in some case retail buildings, that house these large commercial greenhouses on the roof in which we grow fresh produce year-round.
Well, I have this dream, Viraj, that ever since I met you, that the shopping centers that are some of which are sadly going out of business, those gigantic 250,000 square foot, that you can grow inside as well as on the roof. Do you think you'll be able to do that?
We hope so, and there's been a lot of interest in the technology community, the investor community, toward indoor agriculture, which, if done well, can use a fraction of the resources compared to conventional farming.
Yeah, if they can do it on the moon. Remember the movie, the recent movie?
The Martian, right?
Right.
Yes.
Oh, it was Mars,
right.
not the moon. It was Mars. I thought that was so funny.
Absolutely.
Growing potatoes. So this is an extraordinary effort and an extraordinary success. Because you are growing how many square feet under glass now?
So we've got about 170,000 square feet, which is equivalent to about 4 acres. But interestingly, the yields that we generate out of those 4 acres are equivalent to about 100 acres of conventional field production. So this year we'll do something like 20 million heads of leafy greens and herbs.
Beautiful lettuces. These are how they're sold in stores, already washed?
They're not pre-washed, but we don't use any pesticides,
Right.
and there's no dirt because we grow in these hydroponic growing systems
Right.
that are very sterile. So we encourage
So they're very clean.
very clean greens.
But I still wash.
There's no harm in washing.
And so you have this is
It's a
oak
green
leaf.
product,
Oak leaf.
yeah.
This is.
This is a crunch of Batavia lettuce, which
Oh,
is sort
see?
of between a romaine and an iceberg. It's got a nice crisp crunch
I like
to it.
that. I like
Yeah.
I like the crunchy. And then this one is
Our butterhead lettuce, which
my
is probably our
favorite.
signature. It's
And you
probably our
can
best-selling.
put beautiful piles of it on the plates. I
Holds
love
dressing
eating.
well. It's great for wraps. And these are some new basils that we're doing.
Ah,
This is
opal
this is
basil.
Indeed.
Ah.
It's very fragrant and just adds a really nice touch to the plate and just something really
What
fun.
does that retail for?
$3.99.
So that's very reasonable.
Yeah,
that's
it's
a lot
about
of
an
leaves.
ounce and a half, and we pluck all the stems off of it, so it's all usable product. And
Thai
that's a
basil. What do you do with the stems?
Compost.
Okay.
And some of it actually goes into our pestos as well.
So this Thai basil, which I also love,
Right. And that's our classic Genovese.
Genovese basil. Do you use the
also
great
very
big lettuce
popular.
leaf basil? The ones I like making bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwiches using those giant leaves that I grow in my garden, but they're so beautiful. You should try
Delicious.
those.
There's some nice, very large leaf
Yeah,
varieties that we use
yeah,
for
it'd
our
be
pestos.
fantastic. And so 100 and how many thousand?
170.
70,000 square feet. I know how big 150,000. Our office is here is 1 city block square. That's a lot of land. And
That
it's
is.
under glass. Now, is it glass or are the greenhouses made out of
A
glass?
combination of glass and a polycarbonate material, which is great for light transmission, but
Uh-huh.
it's a slightly better insulator than glass. So we're
Yeah.
so conscious about our energy usage
Yes.
that we elected to go with the
And how do you
polycarbonate.
heat?
We use natural gas heating, but by integrating our greenhouse onto buildings, we really reduce the heating loss from the greenhouse
Now,
floor.
do landlords come to you to utilize their roof space?
It's been a combination. Initially, when we started, we approached commercial landlords, but now, given our success, we've been around for 5 or 6 years. A lot of commercial landlords have been approaching us.
As a product that I really like, it's called Ugly Greens. Tell us about that.
Okay, so just in researching the food system, we were really shocked and saddened to hear about 50% of the food that we produce in this country is thrown away, and largely due to cosmetic reasons. So even our very highly pampered, spoiled greens sometimes do get slightly bruised or blemished in our greenhouses through the harvesting and the packaging process. So,
But they're
decided to
not
throw them in a
brown, they're
bag.
not old.
No, just
They're
slightly
just
rough around the edges.
Right, freshly picked and as fresh as the
Exactly.
lettuce in these more rigid containers. But you can eat that.
Absolutely, it's just and we.
Have you
felt
ever
really
made
bad.
lettuce soup?
That I haven't.
Oh,
I just need to get that recipe.
Yeah,
from you.
well, it's an old Elizabeth. I think it's Elizabeth David lettuce soup,
Mm-hmm.
and it is delicious, and very good for you. And you could make that. It's like a spinach soup, but it's
And
made out of lettuce.
We should add that recipe to this bag.
You should.
We do have a couple of recipes on here. A smoothie. This is really good for juicing. It's a very competitively priced at $2.99.
Yeah, it's a lot for.
Yeah, it's 12 ounces, so
Yeah.
it's a nice big
Yeah,
bag.
that's very
And you know,
good.
we're just trying to bring a little awareness to the issue of food waste that fortunately
So
is getting
sorry,
a lot.
Carol wants to know where these are available.
Oh yes, what stores are you selling?
So we are selling to about 200 or 300 supermarkets in the New York tri-state area, and then we're also in about 400 stores in the Midwest region.
So they also have greenhouses in Chicago, on the roofs in Chicago.
That's right.
And now, how do you spread your time?
Well, increasingly traveling to new cities as well. This concept of urban agriculture is really taking root all over the country.
So
and
this is all hydroponic. So
That's
there's
right.
no dirt, there's no bugs. It's
No
all
bugs.
organic.
all recycled irrigation water, which is very important, especially in light of the drought in California.
Right.
Our form of farming uses about 10 times less water, and then all of the electricity that we use in those greenhouses comes from renewable sources.
Ah, okay. So you're making also pestos, vegan pesto. Now why? Oh, because it doesn't have cheese
No
in it.
cheese in it, but it's
No
got all the other
cheese.
classic ingredients: our
Olive
locally
oil.
grown basil, olive oil, garlic, and a little
Oops.
bit of lemon juice.
Oops, dripping. And then what is this one? This is the classic.
That's the classic. So that's also got our fresh made basil, but it's got some original, authentic Parmesan cheese from Italy.
Yum. So these are. So I want to show. I want to
Let's-
show them what the pesto looks like.
Absolutely.
So are those the only two
Those are
manufactured
the
products?
two. That's right.
Okay. And we have this beautiful French bread.
So I have a question from Jean as you're doing that. Does it cost less to buy veggies grown with hydroponics?
It can be. It really depends on how it's grown. But by growing locally, we don't have to rely on a lot of long distance transportation and the costs associated with that. So as a result, we're able to get our produce into stores and on restaurant plates within 24 hours of harvest. So as a result of that, it can be very cost competitive.
It was very nice and oily. So you have beautiful olive oil. Now look at that gorgeous pesto. Very pretty.
And then the vegan, which has also been very popular in stores.
Oh, that's pretty too. Lots of garlic.
Lots of garlic and lemon
Now, do you grow the
juice.
garlic?
We don't grow the garlic that we buy from some other local farms, but
That looks delicious. And,
and it makes a great dressing as well.
I bet it does.
And
Here-
sandwich
really.
spread and obviously in pastas.
So what do you hope to? Oh, I want to ask: has anything happened in the last year as a result of American Made for you?
Oh, absolutely. We've gotten so much more brand recognition in the new markets. We've generated more investor interest, more media exposure. So it's really been a wonderful honor for us, something that we're very proud
well,
of.
good. I'm happy to hear that. And there are little brochures that you can pick up at your supermarket if you are lucky enough to have this product at the supermarket. And this is a very nice little booklet.
Thank you. And
Outlining your premium quality produce, commitment to sustainability, which is to me the most, so important, so important, and the less waste, because supermarkets now put out so much on the shelves. They have so many shelves to fill, and they're putting out all that lettuce, all those herbs, and really and truly, 40 to 50% goes right into the garbage. It's ground up and goes into the garbage, and that's a shame because supermarkets don't know what they have to sell.
Exactly.
Or who's going to buy lettuce that week, right?
Exactly.
And so this is such an amazing thing. And the greenhouses are called farms.
They are farms. They're high-tech farms.
They are.
They
are.
We are farmers at the end of the day.
Now, do you have hopes for growing other things than lettuce and herbs?
Yes. Well, we've done tomatoes in the past, and as we continue to build more greenhouses in more cities across the country to bring our version of local produce, we'll definitely be growing different vine crops, things like tomatoes, cucumbers, strawberries.
Cucumbers
peppers.
grow very well
They
hydroponically.
do grow very well. The long English cukes and some of the others as well.
Yeah, well, best of luck.
Thank you so much.
And we are
Great to see you again.
so excited that you came on Facebook Live with us today. And I hope that you've learned that, and if you're interested, by the way, you can, what's your email address?
It's info@gothamgreens.com, and there's a lot of information on our website.
You might be entrepreneurial and want to start a sustainable greenhouse in your city or in your town.
Absolutely.
Wouldn't that be great? So you could help them do that, right? And
Yes,
part of the
indeed.
business. Are you going to do franchise or?
Potentially.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of inquiries. And
I
even
want one.
Our focus is definitely on the U.S., but we've had questions from
See, the
Far
supermarkets. These are my dreams. Okay, in these great big defunct warehouse stores that that exist. In the dark, I want to grow mushrooms.
That's a good idea.
Which are very healthy and nutritious. I can also grow things like endive, which don't need light once the roots are grown. And then on the roof, I will grow all the rest.
There we go. And
Okay, you're going to help me.
Absolutely.
Yep, I'm going to be one of your first franchisees.
That sounds great,
Okay.
Martha.
Thank you so much.
Great to see you, Az.
Very,
Thank you for having
very
me.
excellent. So if you have any more questions, you can continue. You can just ask info@gothamgreens.com.
Or our website or our social channels
Yeah.
are all at Gotham Greens.
Okay. Thanks, Rob.
Take care.
And now we have another guest who is one of my favorite people, and he too has started a company that is so fantastically useful for the homemaker, and it's all about Christophe Pourny and his fantastic products for wood. And we're going to go over there right now. So we'll join you, okay, Christophe? Yes. We'll walk over. We're in Studio A here. This is our Turkey Hill kitchen, which I hope you like seeing. All of these cabinets are at the Home Depot under the Martha Stewart name. And I love this kitchen. It's just still one of my very, very favorite kitchens. So bright and pretty. And here we are going into our craft room, because this is appropriate for the author of the Furniture Bible. Christophe, welcome.
How are you? Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Christophe wrote this book how many years? Is it 2 years ago published?
It is going to be 2 years in November.
Yeah, but you're not American made.
No, I'm not.
You're
but I
from
have the spirit.
Yes, but you live in America now.
And the citizenship.
Yes, you
so-
do. I know. I'm just joking. But this Furniture Bible is so well written, so fantastically put together. And if you have anything made of wood in your home, this is the Bible you have to have, because not only does it tell you how to restore, it also tells you how to take care of.
It does a great
And
forward.
I really do, and leather, and I really do utilize your products all
Thank
the
you.
time.
Thanks.
And Christophe is always a fixture at our American Made. Are you coming back this year?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, good.
Absolutely.
I'm happy to hear that.
Every year something new there that you do.
Right.
New venue.
So tell us about your business and about your products.
Well, we have a studio of antique restoration, and we realize that people, once their furniture is done, they want to take care of their furniture, but they don't want to carry, all the chemicals and professional products that usually are good for refinishing. So we started this line of natural products that at the same time are based, on all the old recipes. So it's
Right.
old finishes, old recipes, and natural at the same time. No petroleum distilled.
Like, I have a mirror that looks sort of like that.
Yeah.
And the wood is a little bit dry.
Dry, exactly.
And a little
This is,
dull.
This was picked up, like fresh from a auction house.
Oh.
So this is normally the condition you get things.
So if you don't, it doesn't need restoration.
Doesn't need
no, it's in pretty good
restoration,
shape.
Just needs to be
How
taken
old do you
care
think
of.
that is?
This is a 19th century in the style of Renaissance.
Oh,
so it's
okay.
not a real Renaissance one
Right.
that would be worth.
But it's still
tons.
like
It's
150 years
beautiful,
old.
Absolutely, and it's hand carved
Yeah.
also. So it's a great quality item. So for this, you would have a great paste, wax, amber color, because the clear one, dries with white little pigments
does,
instead
yes,
of the wood.
oh,
So
yeah.
the amber doesn't give any color, but at the same time, it dries really, really, really naturally.
Mm.
And what a lot of people do not know.
Did you
is
take that brush out of my kitchen drawer?
No.
Okay.
No.
That looks
I
like
thought-
that looks like the brush I use to brush olive
They
oil
are
on
the
my
same.
pizzas.
I thought about doing that, and then I was like, no, I'm not.
My basting brushes.
No, what a lot of people do not know about wax is that it's a great cleaner. You just have to dust it before, and it takes care, especially for items that are carved.
I just want to see if anything comes off when I rub.
Yeah,
You
look at that.
bet. Look how
Absolutely.
dirty that
Yeah.
is. Because that's been around 150 years and probably nobody's put wax on
So
it.
that's what you do. You know,
Yeah.
you wax it and you rub it off,
Oh, yeah.
and you take care of the green at the same time.
It really is dirty.
And it takes care
Yeah.
also of all the nook and crannies when you have something that is carved, as I said.
But it gives luster to it.
And it gives luster. Usually the second coat, I put a first coat, I let it overnight, and then the second coat very light the next day. You leave 1 hour and you buff to a shine.
Look at this. It's really like an entire primer. All the common wood species are covered. The techniques, the
history,
styles.
you'll see,
Yes,
very,
all the
very
styles.
important, yes.
And what you need to do simple repairs, simple polishes, gilding, French polish. Oh, I love French polish so much.
It is
You know I love
it's
that.
A zen, it's a
How to
zen technique.
ebonize, how to tongue oil. That's Kevin Sharkey's.
It's Kevin Sharkey's.
Oh yeah,
Yes, yeah.
that's Kevin's beautiful Chinese table.
He put some great Buddhas.
Oh,
on
I
top.
know.
Or plants, I don't know.
No, he has on this one now he has a big plant.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, a big pot, but I made him make sure it doesn't leak.
Well, this type of very hardwood, Chinese hardwood, actually is very good.
Show me what that does, the gold and
So
silver.
This is in the same tin. You can put it with the finger because it's cosmetic grade, and you don't have. And this is for highlights. So you would
Ah.
highlight, like all the details, either in silver or in gold.
Oh, how pretty.
So you can put a lot. You can.
So is it paint
put
or
a
is it,
lace.
what is it?
It's with a
Gold leaf and-
metallic pigments,
Oh.
absolutely, and you can create, like really, really nice
Oh,
highlights.
look, it really is doing stuff.
And you can also.
And you
if
can buff it with,
have-
can you buff it with a brush?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
and you
I-
put as much or as little as you want, depending on what you want to leave.
Oh, I like
You
that.
can mix the two together, which gives this great mica finish, where they used to mix the
Yeah.
gold and the silver.
How beautiful.
You can touch up old furniture that have, this inlay of gold and silver,
Yeah.
and even frames that have gilded frame that are missing a little bit of gold.
Well, I just bought an old house up in Maine, another house.
You did?
That was filled with furniture. You'll be so
and I still
jealous.
haven't visited your attic.
Oh,
at
I
your
know,
first house.
I know.
I want that. I
Yeah,
want a
you have
tour
to
of
come to
attic.
the attic, to the storage building, but Maine is really interesting because all this furniture that needs
Yes.
care, and I use so much of the information from your book.
Thank you, thanks.
No,
And
it really
sometimes It's more
helps.
simple than what you think.
Yep.
If you start to dissect a piece of furniture and realize that it's made of plenty of pieces that you can take care of independently, that
Right.
makes the thing much more simple.
So what do you do with breadboards?
Well, we created an all-natural also cutting board tonic. And people have to realize that
This is
mineral
it?
oil.
Oh,
yes,
yes.
it is.
Okay.
Mineral
Do
oil.
I don't have this.
You don't?
I don't think so.
Well, you will have very soon.
Oh, I know. I like cutting boards. I use a lot of old. That's it, like that.
Yeah, that's
okay.
perfect.
I use a lot of old boards, and like this.
And see how great
Oh
it
my
is,
gosh! Yeah,
it's,
gives life back to the
smells
wood.
good.
Yes.
We put
Lemon.
We put citrus oil and rosemary oil and white vinegar to clean.
smell the vinegar.
aseptize.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Because mineral oil, which is usually The component of
See, I'm
cutting
going
board
to finish your whole board.
is a petroleum distillate, you know, so this is actually
this
totally
is-
food grade.
Oh, this looks so, and it does not take away the beautiful
No, no,
patina
no,
of
yes.
age. It just
Quite
enhances
the
it.
opposite, you know,
Yeah.
and, and you can clean it with it. It's good also for utensils,
Ah.
bowls, countertop butcher blocks, so it's
Oh, this
really
is
good.
very beautiful.
And no mineral
Wow.
oil and no
Big
petroleum
difference.
distillate.
Big
Yeah, that was
difference.
fun.
Yes. Yeah, fantastic. So
And
that's called cutting board tonic.
And I just add what people sometimes do not know, a good clear white beeswax is
Oh.
actually very good in the kitchen.
Ah.
You can clean a lot, you can clean white marble, which sometimes, you know, like
I do use that on my
yeah,
marble.
it's
yeah.
really, really cool.
Yeah. Show that what that looks like inside.
And inside,
It's just-
totally
yeah.
clear, totally clear. And same thing, the
So,
smell when
yeah.
you,
Well, it's the bees.
oh, I love this.
So if
smell.
you have bees, you can use your beeswax, but this is better.
Well, you
It's
know,
kind of homogenized, right?
They sell also, you know, like the beeswax in a big loaf, and you could rub it dry, you know, on plenty of wood, and it works. It does the same thing.
And this.
And then we have the classic.
Oh, of course.
The one that you allowed us to launch nationally
Oh
on
yeah,
your show,
furniture tonic.
and the one with
In,
color.
yep,
color
and for
reviver.
dark. Yep, that's for your darker furniture, and this is for your lighter furniture.
So this is a cleaner and at the same time a color reviver. If you have darker wood that have been.
And you make this in the United States.
Everything
yeah.
is made in New York, in our studio, small batches. We produce everything, all the ingredients.
And in
So
fact,
we have a question from Carol. What would you suggest for plywood 1960 kitchen cabinets?
oh,
Well, actually, this one
Yeah.
would be perfect because
maybe
it
the
has-
the clear or the
yes.
yeah.
Well, usually 1960s is pretty clear wood. It's pretty natural.
Light is it light
yeah.
colored?
I think so.
And especially for kitchen, this degreases pretty well at the same time. So that's
Wow.
actually very good.
This is beautiful.
See, you would have an old table, and it really revives the tone of the
Oh, it
wood
does.
and cleans it. I'm sure this is dirty also because we took
Yeah, what?
an old plank, you know, from the studio.
Yeah.
And it doesn't do any real build up on the wood, keeps it natural, cleans it. You do that a few times a year, a little more if you use the table daily, you know, and it's and you're ready to go. You're good to go.
Oh, that's fantastic. So, are you going to bring all these new products too to the
Yes,
to
we
American
are.
Made?
This is going to be like the big new.
Oh, that's
the
so
big-
great.
and as I said, it's cosmetic grade, so you can really use it with the fingers without pollution.
And-
What would you do to get musty smell out of wood?
ah, yes.
Like the inside of drawers, you know,
Yes,
they smell
inside
like
of drawer-
soap or must.
Yes,
What do you do?
Yes, yes. Well, you can burn the piece of furniture. You know, that's it's tough actually.
Yeah,
but
sometimes
tea tree oil
Oh.
does the trick.
Ah.
Or actually even white vinegar.
Yeah, I
Uh,
put dishes of white vinegar in each
Yes,
drawer.
yeah.
Just leave it for a week, and it really helps a lot.
And if you can during the summer when you know that there is not going to be any rain,
Put it outside.
to leave it outside under the sun. It's going to bleach a little bit the wood, but the inside you don't
Yeah,
care.
yeah.
And it's really, really going to do a lot of
Yeah,
a lot of good.
refresh, a
Yes.
refreshing.
And afterwards, you know, you can use lavender oil or cedar oil, which are going to take care, you know, of the pests.
And you
the-
know, that's exactly, in Maine, I have linen closets that get that smell after
Yeah,
a while.
yeah.
And we took everything out, and we actually used this,
Yes.
the
perfect.
furniture
You let
tonic,
it dry
inside the
and
drawers,
cure.
and
Yes, yeah.
the smell went away.
It makes a barrier between
Yeah.
the wood and between the
Yeah, it
So
really works.
Philippe would like to know, which one would you use for teak or rosewood?
teak or rosewood. This would be great for rosewood because it revives the tone. And
Yeah.
rosewood, when it gets old, fades. The tone fades with the sun, and you want to revive the beautiful color of the rosewood. And actually, this is a new
Ooh,
one, like
teak
a year.
tonic.
This is for outdoor furniture, but you can use it indoor also. It stops if you use it outside. You know, the grayness. If it's gray already, it will stop this way. Some people like their teak furniture gray because
Oh,
it
yeah.
has a
Oh, yeah.
weather.
That's what I have. But it'll keep it gray.
It will keep it gray, but
Okay.
it stops the mildew and all.
And I have a whole terrace full of antique furniture. I'm
So
taking.
you do that at the beginning?
I need a couple gallons.
Or at the end? Okay,
so just
great.
make sure
It's
I
on
get.
its way. Can I deliver it and visit the attic?
Definitely.
So one more question. William would like to know, what cloth or fabric do you recommend for polishing?
For polish, white t-shirt is the best. You can buy them new, but if you have old ones, they have lost already a lot of lint, so they are even better. But the white t-shirt is the best. And for buffing, like to a shine, old socks or any old wool item, that's the same thing as
Cotton.
Yeah,
Cotton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely, that's the base.
Yeah, really good. Oh, that's any other questions? Oh, so I want to remind all of you that what we're talking about today is not only the great entrepreneurship of Gotham Greens and Christophe Pourny's amazing restoration business, but we're also talking about American Made, which is an initiative of Martha Stewart Living to bring to the fore all kinds of wonderful American makers. And this year's wonderful programming, our 5th anniversary programming, takes place here at 601 West 29th Street in New York City on October 22nd. And it's an all-day seminar, and we have as our speakers this year Jessica Alba, who has had a huge success with her Honest Talk products. I asked my daughter, who has 2 young children, about Jessica's Honest program products, and she said, I use them all the time. They're affordable and they are very effective. Also, we have Joseph Aboud, the great menswear designer, and Zach Posen, the women's wear designer, coming to talk about American style and artisanship in fashion. We have, oh my gosh, this is worth the whole cost of admission. We have Jim Cramer from Mad Money coming on to give advice. Yeah, you're going to love that. He's so much fun. He's a friend of mine, and he is so much fun, and his advice is legendary. We have Megan Smith, who's Chief Technology Officer of the United States, and she is brilliant. She knows exactly what's going on in new technological advances, and she works in the White House, and she is very, very fascinating. And she's going to talk about getting technology into the hands of entrepreneurs everywhere. We also have a panel which I love these guys so much. Sweet Green, Marley Spoon, and Food Stirs. Sarah Michelle Gillar, she does Food Stirs, which are baking kits. Fabian Siegel, who's my partner in Martha and Marley Spoon, those are food kits, dinner kits that you order. And Nicolas Jamais, he is the co-founder and CEO of Sweet Greens, which is an incredibly successful salad bar type place. And he has many stores now. I think he has about 40 restaurants. And Barry Sternlicht, oh, he's so much fun. Do you know Barry? Have you ever met him?
No.
Oh, he's the chairman of Starwood Capital, and he's going to talk about entrepreneurial war stories. He is so great. And, multi-billionaire, really aggressive businessman.
We gave some great advice.
And he's just incredible. And innovation from a 124-year-old startup company, Linda Boff, who is the Chief Marketing Officer of General Electric. So they're still calling themselves a startup 124 years later, General Electric,
Well,
because
their
business changes every year.
Yeah.
Light bulbs change.
They are back to more manufacture also,
Yeah,
which is great.
they are. They
American
are.
made. Yeah.
Yep. So I want you to all come. Please go to Martha Stewart / American Made on the internet for information about tickets, and we would love to see you at our fabulous day of programming. It's an incredibly diverse but yet very entrepreneurial centric day, and you will learn a tremendous amount, I promise you.
And there's always great food.
There's always great food. Yes, don't we? We have great food planned for this year.
Oysters, the barbecues,
Yeah,
the sandwiches.
yeah. You remember
Oh my
everything.
God.
Oh my gosh. So we have a lot of fun. So I hope to see many of you there. And if you can't get to New York, you can see in I think it's the January issue of Martha Stewart Living, and an entire magazine devoted to our American makers. Again, very, very interesting. So, and you'll be in there too.
Of course we
okay?
will.
With
Like
all
every
your
year.
with all your new products.
Yes, yes, yes.
And so thank you all very much for watching, and you can see this again if you'd like to get more information. Make sure you get the Furniture Bible, and make sure you go buy some ugly greens, because I'm going to buy some ugly greens right away. Thank you. Thank you.